Welcome back, guys. I want you to know something that deployment is very easy when you know how to start a project. Before you start any WordPress project, you need to get the following or consider the following when costing your project as a website owner or freelancer. So let's say you've taken this course and you understood the way WordPress work. You can easily build any website with WordPress and you want to take on a project. What are the things you need to do? What are the things you need to factor in when you're costing your project? The first thing is you need to get a domain name. You need to factor in the fact that you're going to get a domain name. We talked about domain name. Domain name is a unique web address. For instance, your website.com, that's the name of the brand you want to build websites for, or your personal brand that users type to access your site. Get a domain name from website like GoDaddy. I've shown you how to do that. Namecheap and the likes with your debit or credit card. So you need a debit or credit card. I've shown you how to get a virtual card if you needed to. You can use a virtual card to make payments. I used a virtual card to make a payment earlier on, and that's how easy you could get a domain name once you have a card. And the second thing you need to do to set up a WordPress website is to buy an hosting service. This is a live project. When you're working on a live project, these are things you need to do. You need to follow this step by step. You get a domain name first and you get an hosting service. An hosting service is a server where your website files are stored and accessed by visitors. Hosting services can be bought on websites like Namecheap and the likes as well. In this course, we did buy an hosting service from Hostinger and we saw how that went. You can easily buy an hosting service from different website platforms as long as they are trusted, and you need to consider the speed and you need to consider the performance of such platforms. You need to know how fast the provider responds to you, to errors and all those things. Those are things you need to consider. You can use any hosting service provider to host your WordPress website. And there is a vital question that people beg to ask: can you get a domain name and hosting service from different websites? I've addressed this so many times in this course. Yes, you can. After purchasing hosting, the hosting provider will give you a name server, and you log in into your domain registrar account, find the domain management section and update the name servers to those provided by your hosting service. So it's very simple. All you need to do is to get the name server of your hosting service, then you connect it to your domain name in your domain account. For instance, when you get an hosting service from Hostinger and you got the domain name from GoDaddy, all you need to do is to go to Hostinger, get the name servers on Hostinger. Then when you get the name server, which is something like this, when you get these name servers, you come back to your GoDaddy where you got your domain name. You come back there, you go to your domain management section, and in your domain management section, you're going to update the name server to the ones you got from Hostinger. Then by doing this, your domain registered with one provider will be linked to your website hosted with another provider. So it's as easy as that. So you can get a domain name and hosting service from different website or different provider. You can do that. And after you've considered the whole hosting and domain name, the next thing you do is WordPress installation. You need to install WordPress. I did that in this course as well. I installed WordPress on an hosting server, which is the cPanel. Many hosting providers offer one-click WordPress installation. This is standard. The Hostinger that I got offers this one-click WordPress installation. So this is what you need to do. You need to install WordPress on your hosting service. You need to install WordPress because that's where all your files will be hosted, and that's the essence of you having an hosting service or you purchasing an hosting service. Then the next thing you do is to choose a WordPress theme. It's either you get a premium theme or you use a free theme. Choose a WordPress theme that suits your website style and functionality. It depends on what you want. You check the themes, you check the features of the themes, and themes do control the appearance of your website. So you need to choose your WordPress theme wisely. And the next thing is for you to create pages and content. The pages carries your navigation, your home, your about, your contacts, then post for blog articles. That's the difference between pages and posts. I've spoken about that. Your page is used to create web pages. For instance, the home page, the about page, the contact page. So these are used to create web pages, while the post section of your WordPress is used to create blog articles. It's used for blog. When you want to create a blog, what you need is post. You need to post articles from your post section of your WordPress to populate your website with information. So that's how to create pages and content. And after you've done all that, you get plugins you need to. So install plugins if you have to. Install plugins to add additional features to your website. For instance, if you need a contact form, what you need to do is to install a plugin that enables a contact form. If you need to optimize your website for SEO, what you need to do is to install a plugin that does that. When you need plugins for security measures, all you have to do is to install a plugin that do that. All you need to do is to go to Google, search for plugins for whatever you want to use it for. So there are a lot of plugins for payment gateway. If you want to use a payment gateway on your website, there are plugins for it. So you can use a whole lot of plugins that are available on WordPress website, and a lot of external plugins. I've shown you how to go about plugins, so this is not new to you. You know what plugins are and you know how to install them. The next thing you need to do, this is where the main project comes in. You need to customize your WordPress theme to suit your brand style. For instance, you need to customize the design, you need to customize the layout, you need to customize the colors, you need to customize the fonts and other elements to match your brand or style. And that's something you need to do when you're creating a project, and I've taught you how to do that. Then the next thing, which is the last thing you're going to do, is to test and launch your website. Preview your website on different devices to ensure it looks good and functions correctly. That's the responsive side of your design. And once you are okay with that, you launch your site to make it live on the internet. And that is how to set up a project and do marvelous things with WordPress. You're going to build a stunning website, having to follow the guide in this course and having to know how to navigate your way around WordPress. So all you need to do now is to go design and make me proud. I hope to see you in the next lesson. See you there.